that the show was really written for a mother and her children. They didn't really want a black man in the family. They didn't want anybody, no man in the show. So it was just a mother, matriarch, kind of thing, and her children. And Esther said, no, we have to have a father. She said, I grew up with a father. See, I know I grew up with a father, so black men do stay in their homes with their children and their wives. So she wanted to bring that to the world. She wanted to bring that to the world because they had the matriarch and the children and the thing and no man for the whole time. I don't think there was a man in any of those shows. So Esther said, no, we got to have that for my children. And they definitely gave it to her.
Political Brown Kid here. And I really, when I first saw this clip, and shout out to Comedy Hype, and definitely shout out to Bernadette Stannis. Still fine, still beautiful. I had to say that. Because, of course, Thelma was my crush back in the day. Thelma and Pam Grier, those were my crushes. I didn't come up in the Jane Kennedy era, but they, I think she was in penitentiary, but Thelma and Pam Grier were the ones that I saw. So I really want everyone to pay attention to this, and I specifically want black women to pay attention to this. This is no, black women, before you say anything, this is no bashing to you at all. I'm trying to get us to come together. I honestly am. I know sometimes maybe some of my content may be adversarial, I guess, but I'm passionate about my people. But this is what I want you to get from this. Listen to this clip. This is the difference between not just the women, but the black people back in the 60s and 70s and even 80s, and the black people of today. The black people of today is, I gotta get mine. Everybody, listen, I even went on publicly, I went on O'Shea Duke Jackson's channel because I remember when he posted about Deion Sanders. And no disrespect to O'Shea, it's just a difference of opinion. I love O'Shea Duke Jackson's channel. Definitely check him out if you get a chance. But there was one thing that I highly disagreed with him on, and I was disappointed that he would even go there, was when Deion Sanders left a black school, Jackson State, to go to Colorado. And even O'Shea was like, he's getting paid, he's getting this, he's going to get this, he's going to get that. Acting like Deion Sanders is some broke bum who just went from making $20 an hour to now becoming a head football coach. Deion Sanders is a Hall of Fame football player with tens of millions of dollars already. And for him, and when you take that money out of it, when you take that notoriety, not even just his money, when you take that notoriety and the knowledge and skills that he has away from a black program that could have been a powerhouse top 25 school in the next few years, but because Deion wants it now, and because Deion can't wait to get great facilities, in Colorado already has a great facility, a big stadium, playing on television every week, he abandons his school. And then black people wonder why HBCUs can't rise, because no one wants to stay. I said the same thing about, who's that? Jackie Robinson. Everybody's congratulating Jackie Robinson for leaving the Negro leagues to go play in the white league. Yeah, Jackie Robinson got his, but where's the Negro? Name one Negro league team. I would love for anybody to name a Negro league team without Googling it. Don't Google, don't cheat. Name a Negro league team. Him and Satchel Paige. Bounce. They got theirs. And then the rest of the community falters. So this is what I'm going at. When you look at the black men and black women of that era, even Sidney Poitier, I'm going to even talk about him. As much as I dislike Sidney Poitier, all he did was fight civil rights so he could marry a white woman. Him and Martin Luther King and Harry Belafonte, all three of them, pathetic. I'm still going to do my video on Martin Luther King. I know y'all going to be mad at me when I do it. All they did was fight civil rights so that they could marry white women. But the black people of the 50s and 60s of Esther Rolle's generation, They've been through some things. And the one thing, even as much as I talk about Martin Luther King, the one thing that they understood was things take time. You have to fight the fight. You have to sacrifice. I'm not going to get the glory, fame, or the money. And even I'm throwing in Brother Malcolm, Malcolm X. That's my man. They understood because maybe it was the time in the era they didn't have the instant gratification of the internet, thank God. And so they fought the fight. And here's Esther Rolle once again. If you look, I keep telling y'all, when you watch television shows today, you don't see not one black man making love to a black woman. Not on a major. I'm not talking about a movie. I'm not talking about one of them BET shows. I'm not talking about True to the Game. I'm not talking about Thug Love, Thug Passion, all of y'all little thug movies, because that's all that y'all seem to can make. I'm not talking about y'all little black movies. I'm talking about when you watch Netflix, when you watch a Netflix premiere that was produced and made by Netflix, or when you watch a major movie like Star Wars, the Return of the Jedi, the Rise of the Jedi. When you watch all of these movies, you don't see not one black love story in it. You don't see black people together. You see either a single black mother, you either see a father. They never show you black love. They never do. I keep telling y'all don't watch my Hollywoods in black and white because y'all don't want to hear it. Y'all are I tell you, I'm not even going to talk about y'all right now. I'm getting hot, so let me calm down. But the bottom line is this. Y'all do not fight for that. As much as we are in a peril of our situation of black people hating other black people, black women hating black men hating black women, y'all don't want to, y'all just like give up on each other. And here's Esther Rolle in the 1970s saying, I didn't grow up like this. We need a black man on this show. Now, mind you, I don't know what John Amos's background is. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know his history, but I assume from what I kind of know, because I've seen some documentaries and shows that talked about Good Times. From what I know, he was an accomplished actor before Good Times. That's what I think. I think Esther Rolle was, because I know she was in Roots. And I know Esther Rolle had a background. She had a background. And I think that was, if I'm not mistaken, and y'all can correct me, you YouTubers, I believe that Esther Rolle and John Amos, I think a part of their problem was that they were more seasoned actors. They were the more seasoned thespians of the group. And the show decided to focus on Jimmy Walker, aka JJ, and his buffoonery. And they felt as though, I'm accomplished. Look at my credentials and my resume as an actor, whether it be on the stage or on the screen. And that's where some of their issues came into play. I do believe, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, the same thing happened with Mabel King on What's Happening, which was my other show. Mabel King felt something similar, like, I'm Mabel King. Have you seen my resume? And she had those battles. And sometimes, those are the type of things that happen when you deal with greatness and great actors. They're going to challenge the writers and challenge the directors. But the point, getting back to the topic, is this. If John Amos had been just maybe he needed that job. And because of Esther Rolle, because of that sister, she looked out for a black man, not necessarily John Amos, but she looked out for a black man to say, y'all need to hire a black man and put a black man on this show as my husband, because we need to see a nuclear family. Just because we're in the ghetto doesn't mean that black people don't have nuclear families. They didn't do that to white people. They didn't do the only show that you can think of that they really did that to a white person was Different Strokes of that time. I mean, they probably did it to other shows too, but they showed you nuclear families with white people back in those days. Back in that day, all the families are separated. George Jefferson had his family. But it is pathetic how they do us. They just assume, well, you're in the ghetto, the father's not around, he just left the kids, and this, that, and the third. And here Esther Rolle is fighting to say, hire another actor. Now, you think of the bigness of that. The bigness meaning they have to add to the budget. They have to say, okay, well, we need to hire another actor. I don't know how much those actors are getting paid, but you look at the salaries today. If a black woman fought for a black man to be added to a show, to be added to Star Wars, a Solo story, which Carmody Jogo could afford to say, why is Woody Harrelson playing my love interest? Why not get a black man? If you have Halle Berry fighting for a love interest, why is Billy Bob Thornton playing this role? Why can't this be a black person at a black thing? You could, not only does it give a perception to the audience to say, this is black love. Not only is the audience and the masses getting this imagery imbued in their brain of two black people having passionate love for one another, but it gives the actor, a black actor, a job. And I find it amazing that black women can sit up here and say, when the brick lady gets hit with a brick in her face before they found out she was a fraud, why didn't black men protect me? When a black woman is confronted, they want a black man that doesn't know them to step in and help out. They want help or assistance from a black man. When the WNBA is having problems and the league is not even making money, it's constantly in the negative season after season, they want to say, well, where's the support from our NBA players to support our league? And the NBA does support the league. They supplement the pay. But they still holler, where's y'all support, screaming for our equal pay? Where y'all fighting for our rights? It's like they want us to they want our support when it comes to them, but then once they get theirs, you don't reciprocate. And this is what's troubling to me. And I thank I thank Comedy Hype for doing this interview with Bernadette. But I thank Bernadette for bringing this up because I did not know this. Now, mind you, I saw this clip probably about a month ago, I think. Month and a half, somewhere around there. I'm just doing a video on it because, of course, I've just been touching on other things and I just didn't get around to doing it and I forgot about it. But I'm doing it now. And I just want to bring this up to just kind of be a reminder to not just for black women, but black men too. We got to look out and fight for the sisters too. But here's the problem, black women. The reason why I'm saying that is this. You've created so much discourse with us when it comes. I'm not talking about relationships. This is not about relationships right now. We're not talking about men are from Mars, women are from Venus. We're not having dating conversation right now. This is strictly about work and profession and, upward mobility. And what I'm saying is this, the women, period, are fighting, talking about you're better than us, you're better than us, you're better than us. But I'm specifically just focusing on us right now because black people are the communities that I care about. I don't care that a white woman only makes $150,000 and she's trying to fight to make $188,000 to be equal to a white man when you have black men and black women making half of what they make, or should I say two-thirds or 3/4 of what they make. We need to worry about us first. I can't save them until we save us. So that's why I'm not worried about them. So what I'm trying to say to you all, to black women, is this. You've kind of created a narrative where you've pushed from a professional, when you're talking about these degrees and you're better than us and you're better than us, you've created this narrative that, it's kind of hard to, fight for you all when you claim that you're continually better than us. So all I just want is the narrative to just die down. If you're making more than us, fine. If you think you're making more than us, or if you think you're smarter than us and you think you're better than us, fine. That's your right to have your confidence in yourself. But there's no need to continually get on platforms and brag and make assumptions, really, because that's what we all do. Because I can make my assumptions too with with the degrees that I have and with the certifications that I've had. I'm making an assumption that a female doesn't have the same certifications or degrees. But I'm just speaking from my experience on my job. I know that the people that were hired above me don't know what they're doing. Because I know when you have an English degree, why are you over here in an IT department being the manager? And the only thing you're doing all day long is telling us, turn in your timesheet. Remember to report this. Oh, here's, we're having a staff meeting on this date. And then you're coming to me saying, well, so and so, we're planning on implementing this and this program, and we need somebody to lead this project to develop this software and do this and do that. What do you think? So and so wants to do, and when you're coming for technical advice, then you're coming to me, and I'm helping you understand what's not only the political climate, because trust me, I've done that. Like when black women come and be my manager, and I've had two of them. I always go to them, and me and my black supervisors have gotten along. That's the one thing I'm gonna say. So I'm not bashing them, but I always tell them I want you to succeed, and I want you to know what the political climate. Not only do I tell them what's going on technically with the job, but I say here's the political climate, what's going on, and I also tell them this too: don't fight for me. I said I'm just letting you know what's going on, what's happening. And I say, but you got to pick your battles because you're the low man on the totem pole. You a sister, and you new over here, and you know what. And the sisters always tell me, yeah, I got you. I know you right, and we are always here because I'm not going to put one of my black people out there like that. And I always do that on the job. And you can best believe that. If you know me, you can go on the job and ask. But everybody comes to me for technical advice, for procedure, for whether it's process, whether it's framework, whether it's technical O's, zeros, and ones, they come to me. But yet, management won't promote me. And part of it is because I am opinionated. I'll tell them, well, I don't know why we're doing this. See, my thing is I'm not going to be a go along to get along. If I see something that's not right, I'm going to say it's not right. And I do it in a professional manner. But a lot of times when people want to do something that they want to do and you keep kind of like, I don't think that's, a great way to take it. And even I'll tell them too, I said, if that's what you want to do, ultimately you're going to get it done, but I would advise not. But see, they feel more comfortable dealing with people that they feel that's in their circle. And black women, I can tell you this, black men are not in those white men's circles. We're just not. Trust me on that. So I'm going to end this here. I'm not going to make this too long. This is the Political Brown Kid. Drop your comments in the comments section. Hit the like and subscribe button, please. Definitely trying to, expand my reach on the internet, specifically on the YouTube platform, and your subscriptions definitely help with that. So once again, this is the Political Brown Kid. I'm out.